25th of December 2014. This is the last day of 10-day retreat in Phật Giáo Monastery. Keep our head and body upright. Don't let our body weight heavy down on the ground. Close the eyes gently. Relax the whole body and mind. Be mindful on our normal breathing. These actions are to know and practice by ourselves. If we are not knowing and practicing like this, we are rejecting mistake. Each of the knowing and practicing are to do only, to use only, to know only, not to reject and not to attach. Not to attach, we need to understand the truth, which is not something, not someone, no I, no you, not mine, not yours, just present moment, impermanent nature or rising and passing away process. Not knowing the impermanent nature or rising and passing away process is creating to think someone or something, living beings or non-living beings, time or place as real. The real creator is not knowing the original impermanent nature. If we believe that God creates everything or someone creates something, we are misunderstanding, not knowing the truth as God or something or someone. In fact, there is no person who is doing meditation and good deeds, and also there is no things which is doing something. Only original impermanent nature or present moment impermanent nature is doing this action naturally. Don't forget to keep upright our head and body. Relax the whole body and mind. Close the eyes gently. Be careful to be doing only. All these actions are not to like and dislike, and also not to misunderstand as mine. Be careful not to misunderstand ourselves as I. Don't forget the true present moment impermanent nature. The action of walking, standing, sitting, lying, speaking, listening, the action of mindfulness, knowing, not knowing, suffering, conception, perception, consciousness, all are the power of ever new impermanent nature. This is the middle way. Buddha and our Venerable meditation master already passed through this way. We need to follow them. We must not follow to each other. Habitually, we love ourselves too much. That's why we do what the other normal people do. We want to practice as a follower because of attachment to the life of the follower. We want to understand and practice as follower. Now I am teaching to know and understand as teacher or master. If we are understanding and practicing like normal people or yogis, we are not really following to Buddha. We want to meditate like this and we don't want to meditate like that. We want to meditate here and we don't want to meditate there. we want to meditate this time and we don't want to meditate that time. We want to listen this Dhamma talk and we don't want to listen that Dhamma talk. Knowing and practicing like this is doing with attachment to this and that, not doing only. Buddha wants us to do meditation and good deeds continuously, without attachment to this and that, this method and that method, without attachment to this teaching and that teaching, this place and that place, this master and that master. In the beginning of sitting meditation, be mindful on our normal breathing. And then we must be able to be mindful on that object which is more evident. Trying to use the object to be mindful freely without grasping to one object. There may be money in the mind of a businessman. There may be power or authority in the mind of a politician. So also there may be this method or that method, this master or that master in the mind of meditator. Understanding and doing like this is doing with attachment. Middle way is doing only, without attachment to something or someone, this or that. Doing, using, knowing, experiencing only are the truth of all living beings and non-living beings. We are always using living beings and non-living beings with wrong understanding as something or someone, I or you, mine or yours. That's why there are endless problems in our life. The original truth is rising and passing away process of ever new permanent nature and permanent nature. All living beings and non-living beings are created truth. We are one of the living beings and we are using created truth with wrong understanding and attachment. As one of the living beings, as soon as we are born, we are suffering from old age, and then we must suffer from sickness, and finally we may die. All non-living beings may appear one time. As soon as it appears, it has to face the problems of old age and then finally decay or disappear. These processes are not to attach and not to detach, to experience only, to use only. These are the nature of all created truth. We need to understand and practice like this. We must be able to be mindful on the breathing, and then we must be able to be mindful on the present happening of breathing. Only when we are able to be mindful on the present happening of the mindfulness, we will be able to detach from breathing. Breathing is just breathing only. It disappears as soon as it appears. There is no person who is breathing. There is no person who owns the breathing. Breathing is just the action of impermanent nature. We must use the truth to be free from the attachment of breathing. We must also be able to be mindful on the knowing of breathing. And then be mindful on the present happening of the knowing of breathing. If we are able to be mindful on the present knowing, present happening of knowing of the breath or breathing, we will be able to detach from knowing. Finally, we must be able to be mindful on the pleasant action of mindfulness, to be able to detach from present action of mindfulness. To be doing only, we must be able to be mindful on the present action of mindfulness. We must be able to be mindful continuously. This is the middle way I learned from Buddha and meditation master. Now I share to you all. You must try to be able to follow the middle way. Now you understand the middle way and you have responsibility to follow the middle way. We will stop now.